So welcome to this video about the Olympus OM1. This is a full manual analog camera from the 70s. It's a camera that's very easy to pick up. There's lots of them on the market, and it's a great camera to start with if you want to get into analog photography. Originally, the OM1 was going to be called the M1, but however, Leica and Olympus kind of had a little bit of a legal battle over that, because they were a little bit worried because of the design of this camera, and the compactness of the camera kind of threatened that competition of the Leica. The quality of the camera is outstanding. And so Leica and Olympus were not on good terms. So Olympus, deciding not to go down that route of a legal battle, they changed the name of the camera to the OM1. And that branding is still with us today with the digital OMD cameras that Olympus still make. And they still base the design based on this triangle part here of the top of the camera. But this is the original OM1. This is where it all started from, back in the early 1970s. Let me just take off the lens here. I have a 55mm lens with an aperture of 1.2, and that's quite a lot of glass in there. This lens is wonderful, really a wonderful lens. Really short depth of field, great portrait lens. The normal 50 lens that you get with this camera, which is usually what you'll find when they're selling these cameras, is also a super lens. There's quite a lot of lenses, the Zuku lenses, for the Olympus range, and you can also get an adapter to use these Zuku lenses on a Canon camera, or on any of the Micro Three Thirds cameras, or even on the Fuji cameras as well. Okay, let's talk about the lens. And actually, we've got here the time. This is our shutter speed here. You've got two kind of grips on each side, and you just slide it around. You can do range focusing here. This will tell you your distance and the aperture you need to use. And down here, of course, you've got the aperture of the lens, and my lens is going down to 1.2 all the way up to f16. And if we turn the camera to the side here, I hope you can see that right in here. I hope that's in focus. Right in here, that's where if you want to connect up to an external flash. So if you're working in a studio, you would connect in a flash in here, and you could probably connect in a wireless flash, no problem. And you've got your different timings as well on the side here. You just turn that. Also, what's interesting in this camera, if you can see this switch here, this is for landscape photography, is to do a mirror lockup so that you do not have any shake when you're taking your image on a tripod and you're using your cable release here. Here we have a light meter, which is currently switched off. You flip the switch across and your light meter comes on, and you will see this on a needle in the inside of the camera when you're looking through the viewfinder. One of the things you've got to remember when using this camera is to switch this off, and that's a bit of a pain. It's not automatic. It's completely up to you to turn it on and off, otherwise your battery will drain. This camera will operate without a battery in it, and that's one of the great things about the OM1, whereas the OM2 will not. You've got your ASA here, and currently mine is set to, let's see, it's set to 100. And here we have our shutter button, which is threaded, so we can use a cable release here, and this is our to film advance, and of course the little window in here tells us what number we are on the film. So if I just turn the camera around here, and okay, what we have here, this button over here, this is when you want to rewind your film. You set it to R, you pull this guy up here, this guy will flip up and you turn around. Okay, so let's just not do that because I have film in here. But it's a very straightforward basic camera, good solid manual camera, and a good camera to start with. So let's go and do a bit of shooting. So finally some images from the OM1, an Austrian farmhouse which I like to photograph from time to time. It's an excellent subject for black and white. All these images are developed in Rodinal with my Spinomatic. There's another video on that. I love Rodinal. Rodinal is a great developer. I don't really know what I was doing here. I photographed this glass plate and for a roof, and yeah, here's my son shooting an image back at me, and I actually use a soft filter on this image here. I like this subject in the grass. We were playing bowls up in the mountains in the old lodge. It's a wonderful subject. I found these old tools up there as well. Black and white's great for those kind of things. And a portrait of my son here. And that's myself up in the mountains in the cabin. And another one of Jesse taking a picture of me. And finally, the end of this video. I really had great fun with Jesse and myself, and just messing about and just take some shots for this video. I hope you like this video. If you do, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I don't know what about these guys here, but I thought I'd add in just for fun. Sorry. It's kind of crazy.